Hi everyone, welcome back to Lori's Crochet Corner 2, Beginning Stitches Tutorial Part 3. Today we will be doing the double crochet, so we're just going to get right to it, guys. I hope you've been practicing on a single crochet, your chain, your slip stitch and all. Okay, I've already done a row of chain. I did 21 single crochet. That way when you turn your row, you're going to end up with 20 stitches, okay? So after you get your row of single crochet, which forms your foundation row, you're going to chain 2. The chain 2, guys, is going to be your beginning double crochet. So you don't want to go into this next stitch. So you're going to take your hook and go under the yarn, go into the next stitch, grab your yarn and pull it up, and you have 3 loops on your hook. You grab that yarn and pull it through 2 of the loops, grab the yarn and pull it through the other 2, and there is your double crochet. Wrap your yarn under, or your hook under your yarn, go into the next stitch, grab your yarn and pull it up. You have 3 loops. Grab your yarn, pull it through 2, grab your yarn, pull it through 2. And that's a double crochet, guys. Go in the next stitch, pull up your yarn. You have 3 loops on your hook. Grab that yarn, pull it through 2. Grab that yarn again and pull it through the next 2. See how nicely that's coming along? Wrap your hook under the yarn, go in the next stitch. Grab your yarn, pull it up. You have 3 loops. Grab 2. Go through 2 and grab and go through 2 more. We also are using a Red Heart Super Saver yarn, guys, which is what I always use. It is 100% acrylic 4-ply yarn. It's great for washing because it doesn't shrink. So I just wanted to run that across you again. I know you've heard it from me, but I love Red Heart yarn. So go under your yarn, go in the next stitch, pull up your yarn. You have 3 loops on the hook. Grab your yarn and go through 2, and then grab the yarn and go through the last 2. So there it is, guys. I'm also using a size H hook. It's a little bit larger, but it's easier to see these stitches. So you know, it's a good one to start out with when you're practicing. So go under your yarn into the next stitch, grab your yarn and pull it up, and you have 3 loops. Grab that yarn, go through the first 2, grab that yarn, go through the last 2 loops, and that makes your double crochet. Pretty easy. A little practice and you'll have it in no time at all. Grab your yarn, go around your hook, go into the stitch, pull it up. There's them 3 loops there, guys, and then pull through 2, grab your yarn, pull through the last 2. Okay, yarn, hook under your yarn into next stitch, grab your yarn, pull it up, go through the first 2 stitches, go through the next 2. Okay, so you're taking your hook under, going into that next stitch, grabbing the yarn and pulling it up. There you have your 3 loops. Grab the yarn, pull it through 2, and then grab the yarn and pull it through the last 2. Yarn under, or hook under your yarn. Someday I'm going to get that right. Into the next stitch. Grab your yarn, pull it up. You've got 3 loops. Grab that yarn, go through the first 2. Grab that and go through the second 2. See how nice that's coming along? Pretty good. So this is a stitch that's used, it's pretty common, just like the other 2 that I first taught you to do. And it's used for a lot of things, especially maybe like afghans. Bigger things, it's nice to use it for, because using a single crochet to make an afghan would take quite a while to make. So this is a bigger stitch. So you hook under the yarn, go into your next stitch, grab that yarn and pull it up. There's your 3 loops. Go through 2 loops, grab that yarn, go through the last 2. There's your double crochet. Under the yarn into the stitch, You got 3 on your hook, grab that yarn, go through the first 2, second 2, and there it is. So we've made it just about all the way across. And you can see that your last stitch is right here. It almost looks like there's 2 stitches. Don't mistake that chain there as a stitch, okay? Just go into that last one, pull it up, go through the first 2, and go through the last 2, okay? Perfect. So now you're going to chain 2, which is considered your first double crochet. You don't go into this first stitch here, guys. You go into the second one. So yarn or hook under the yarn into the next stitch, pull it up. You have 3 on your hook, go through 2, grab your yarn again, and pull through 2. And you want to make sure that you don't double crochet in the same stitch as your chain, because if you do, it's going to expand your project. Instead of going straight up, it's going to expand it. So you don't want that, okay? So into the next, pull your yarn up. You have 3 loops, go through 2, and go through the next 2. Pretty nice, and it's pretty quick, you know, when you want to make something, once you get used to it. Very nice stitch. I used it an awful lot when I first started to learn how to crochet. It actually was one of my favorite stitches. But now that I've gotten farther along in my life, I have many stitches that I want to teach you folks. So there's a lot of beautiful stitches out there that I have learned over the years, but we want to learn the basics first, because the double crochet, I think, is about the most common stitch used almost for everything, unless you're making something really fancy. So hook under the yarn, go into the stitch, pull that yarn up. You have 3 loops on your hook. Grab that yarn, pull it through 2. Grab that yarn, pull it through the last 2. I'll finish this second row. I have made a swatch to show you exactly how it's going to look. And I think on my next tutorial, I'm actually going to show you guys how to make something. Because if you've got this down, then we are far enough along to make a little project, guys. So I'm kind of excited. So we are going to make something next week. Oop, got hung up there. Okay, here's the last stitch. All right, so there it is. 2 rows of double crochet. And you can see that the edges are straight. So you want to, you know, make sure that you always count your chain 2 as a double crochet. Here is the swatch that I made to show you. And that's 7 rows. So it works up pretty quickly, guys. It may have taken me 5-10 minutes to do this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you practice at this so we can make something together. I will be back next week with another tutorial for you guys. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, guys. Share it out if you can. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Okay, guys? And you have a terrific day. I'll see you next week.